All right, I'm gonna slide on out the way and wait for 5:30. We will get this neuro party started. Okay, good morning. It is me, and we are going to do our emotional regulation breathing. How it works is I count down in descending order 3, 2, 1, and then you inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm coming back in frame. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. All right. We already had a party over there on TikTok, and let's go ahead and keep this neuro party going. As we can see above my head, we are talking about breathe in and breathe out 3 times. Good morning. We talking about being a bad motherfucker. What? Yes. Chat and I have a lesson for y'all. And I was just doing it to see if if it was actually gonna pop something up and it was gonna match what I said. And yes, indeedy, it has. Now, for those of you who were not on the live yesterday, at the end, go back and watch the last 20 minutes of the live. And you will, yeah, that part. Uh-huh. And so what took place was Bridget and Jay said, thank you for the lesson. And then in the military, they call it clicking off safe. And then things occurred. and I don't take any of it back. And here's why. Because on the inside, it finally clicked for me in a moment when I read those sentences that people think not using their brain is optional. They actually think it's okay and it's acceptable to not do what I'm saying do. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. And as I said yesterday, the world needs what's inside of your brain. Somebody in the world needs what you're burying because you are afraid to bring it out. We all were born for a purpose. All of us, every last one of us was born with a purpose inside of us that as we age, we work on our personal legend and we leave that thing in the world so the world can actually be a better place. And instead, people my age are popping and dropping it. People my age are out here saying 60 is the new 40. People my age are like, yeah, you know, this is just where it is. And I'm old head. And I'm going to be. And I ain't going to change. And all that. Fuck that. None of that is true. Everybody has the potential to be a bad mofo. I'm going to say that again. Everybody with a brain has the potential to be a bad mofo. Why? Because everybody with a brain right now is ordinary. It's regular. They're not doing extraordinary shit. Not themselves. They might have a team around them propping their asses up, making it look like they're doing some extraordinary shit, but they're not. They are not. You are not. You are capable of more. You are so much more capable of more. I've had a young lady who told me at the beginning of TikTok about a week and a half ago that she was doing the same thing as me. I said, really? Well, I want to see your stuff. I need to see this. Message me. Gave her my email. She messaged me with 2 links. One link was to her raggedy ass TikTok where she got 75 fucking thousand photos of her doing like this. And then a link to a SoundCloud, a YouTube channel with fucking 5-year-old videos, 2 videos on there. That's it. They not like us. I said, okay, cool, no problem. I Googled her, found her SoundCloud, raggedy ass song over there, no problem. So I messaged her, I said, help me understand this, because what you said and what you wrote versus what I saw don't match. So what am I missing? I'm old. You older. She 22 like Nola, but she just turned 22. So then she sent me, I said, send me your smart goals. I did what I did with you, for Jared. I said, here go a link. Send me your smart goals. And so she tried to do that, fuck that all the way up. I said, no, that's not how you do it. This is how you do it. And I did this back by 8:00 p.m. She didn't send it. So then she came with my TikTok live the next day. I said, get the fuck off my live and go turn that stuff in. That's what you can do. You can't hear the new shit. You owe shit. So no new shit for you. So she sent some raggedy ass messages again. And I told her, messaged her on TikTok. I said, you got a lot of work to do. This ain't it. This not it. You got a lot of work to do. Literally told me she used chat. I'm like, ain't no fucking way you use chat with this regular ass shit. I sent you a chat link. You saw it, Jared. I gave it to you. No, that's not how SMART goals are written. And she said, okay. That was last Monday. So as Lorenzo knows, and some of you may have gotten a message, don't say you're looking for a mentor or you want some help and then don't do the shit that's due. So I waited. And she been on lives, putting on full sets of nails, talking to her friends about the universe and all this shit. She posting bullshit in her stories and everything else. And so this morning, she got a nice little tenacious love and care message for me that basically said, you all talk and no action. You all talk and no action. And she came back because Amy and Lala was feeling themselves. They was feeling themselves. And told me, you don't know what people got going on. I got a lot going on. And I don't need to be controlled. And I'm working on stuff behind the scenes. And da 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 da. And now she is in the blogosphere. Along with thousands of other people. On even she can't message me no more with that bullshit. So what's the moral of the story? Don't say you want to be don't say you a bad motherfucker and you ain't, because you ain't got the receipts. And then don't say I want to be mentored by a bad motherfucker. Do you really not? Because be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. Don't tell me you want to do something. I'm going to give you a strategy to go do that exact thing that you said you wanted to do. And then you're going to fuck around and find out you ain't got the skill set. You got a dumbass plan instead of a smart strategy. And you ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck you said you was going to do. So I was grateful to her because it was 20 minutes before my TikTok live. And so I changed the whole theme of the TikTok live. And I literally changed it to, I got a lot going on. I got a lot going on. And so then I went live on TikTok. And I said, who got a lot going on? Only 2 people. Bridget, you didn't have to say it because you already in the fold. 2 people said they got a lot going on, but they didn't have a lot going on. I saw both of their lot going ons in 30 seconds. So that whole excuse of I got a lot going on, no, you don't. What you have is not enough neural pathways to handle the shit that you do have going on, and you ain't got no strategies for that shit. That means that you can't be a bad motherfucker. As soon as one of our people say a lot behind the scenes, I distance myself quick, stay away from those. Right. Because, yeah, I got it. You got to do the work. So motherfuckers don't want to do the work. So go ahead. If you weren't here yesterday, go look at the last 25 minutes of the live, because you need to feel what they felt live form. You need to understand why the fuck I wake up every morning doing this damn work every day, because your brain is amazing and you got some amazing shit in it, but you chicken shit and don't want to go get it. How the fuck I get from Glendale, 2024 Glendale between Linwood and Woodrow Wilson, 12th and 14th, is Main to side streets, and become Dr. Donna, neural pathways. Neural pathways got built. Neuroplasticity is how I'm sitting here before you today. But what your brain has been programmed is, whereas leaders and his followers. No, fuck that. My book says anybody can lead, from the PTA to the boardroom. We're all at a minimum the CEO. Good morning, Regina. The CEO of Me Incorporated. At a minimum, the CEO of Me Incorporated. At a minimum, feel the fall on the kingdoms below. It builds characters. Yes. Did my brain good. So, Regina, I think you weren't on the live yesterday. So go back when you have time, where you're at the library. The last 25 minutes of the live yesterday. Yeah. So it was, yeah, you can watch the whole thing if you want to. It went well. And then it ended differently than it started. And that's what I will say. But I had a cathartic moment. I had my own little, people think that this is optional work. It's not optional. And you are extraordinary. And as an educator, you may or may not be able to appreciate that. The delivery was a little bit different, but nevertheless, the message was sent. And Bridget and Jay were responsible for that. And Bridget understood that this morning. And yeah, so that part. And so I ended up doing 4 lives yesterday. 2 more lives on TikTok to convey that message again. Because again, and don't laugh, y'all. I said this on the other morning live already. I was being nice before. Until yesterday. And so what I was doing was I was thinking that it's okay to let people not subscribe on Instagram and start their learning how the brain function process. I thought I was like offering you something that was optional, and then it hit me. No, that's not what's happening. That's so not what's happening. So you don't get to wake up every day and be average and regular and not know how your brain functions so that you'll know how you function because you don't feel like it. That's no brainer. That's not what's happening. And so now it is my mission to, as many times as I can, as often as I can throughout the day, say, yeah, so this is how your brain functions, this is how you function, and now you need to go and start functioning. It's still as funny when you said it an hour ago. And so much so, ladies and gentlemen, that what happened on the live is that Dr. Gigi said she had a lot going on. She said she needed to clean her house, she had to prepare for a conference and do something else. And make a long story short, I told her, well, I got videos I can message you, go on Instagram. Excuse me. And she said, no, I'm not going to message you on Instagram. I'm going to message you another way because I deactivated my Instagram. I said, no, you're going to message me. You're going to message. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I said, no, you're going to message me on Instagram. I didn't give you another option. Come to find out, 6 months ago, she abandoned 22,000 Instagram followers because she needed a break. Didn't tell them, just took a break. It was too much. And so she got, well, what for? In a different way. I said, oh yeah, 22,000 people following you. You just decided you just wasn't going, you just gonna leave. If an elected official abandoned a whole city, a small town with 22,000 people, everybody would be up in arms online. How dare you, 22,000 people? And I said, you did it because the megas do it. The megas got hundreds of millions of followers, and until an album drops or until a movie drops or some dumb shit, they don't come back, and then they come back saying, buy my shit. And everybody say, ooh, I'm ready, I'm about to buy your shit. They ain't paid no attention, and you ain't heard from them motherfuckers until it was time for them to sell you something. So I told her she was wrong. I told her she needed to deactivate her account, and I thought about if it's been 6 months, Instagram may have already deactivated her account. Wow, like a bank closed with it. Yeah. And so, yeah, that happened on on TikTok this morning. And so we're here today, and we're going to tap into our bad motherfuckingness. And that's what this live is about today, because I am, quite frankly, exhausted from unaccountable people deciding that they're not going to use their brain because they don't feel like it. As I said yesterday, someone has the cure for cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, all these STDs, incurable STIs, and everything else sitting inside their brain, and they are a bank teller. They are doing work at Jiffy Lubes, and there's nothing wrong with being a bank teller for a period of time. There's nothing wrong working at Jiffy Lube in your 20s to get your work up and get everything up. But it's sitting there. And I used the example yesterday, and I'm going to use it today. So if I had to stay in the Army for 20 years, I would have not gotten out of the Army until 2016. By then, I would have been a retired colonel, full bird colonel, and I either would have just said, fuck it, I ain't going to do shit, or I would have stayed in law enforcement. So there is no Dr. Donna, because I got my master's degree in the Army. I didn't become Dr. Donna until Frito-Lay. If I stayed at Frito-Lay, then there's a doctor. There is no Dr. Donna, because I didn't become Dr. Donna until I got divorced. So if I stayed married and stayed working at Frito-Lay, there is nothing that you see today. But there will be chips in plenty of places. And that's it. So as I asked on the TikTok live, and I will ask today, should I have done 20 years in the military, or should I still be doing 20-something years at Frito-Lay? Or should I have left the Army and Frito-Lay and did this? So if I was still at Frito-Lay, let's play that movie out. If you're Regina, you're in Florida, so anywhere you bought chips, I was running a traffic center. Oh, we were in Florida at the same time. So if you had bought any of those products during that time frame, you're welcome. And yes, so should I have stayed and done those things? Raise your hand or say yes or no, whatever you want to say. And again, you really not gonna be able to hurt my feelings with your response. And if you're a brave, unaccountable troll, you will get blocked. So don't waste your thumbs on it. You gonna get blocked. Left. And so does anybody think that I was not afraid to get out of the Army or leave Frito-Lay? Do you think I experienced no doubt or no fear when I made those decisions? There was no fear. Amy and Lala didn't come and say shit to me. They were quiet and compliant. They said, oh, you leaving? Okay, cool. When we leaving? Where we going? What we going to do? No, 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 boo. Tomatoes, tomatoes. I'm throwing tomatoes. Right. They were screaming. They were acting like damn toddlers that couldn't get their way. I feel the left for the right reasons, but the military needs you because your program is so on point. No, I'm sure Amy and Lala were talking a lot. Amy and Lala was making excuses to stay. Listening. Got it, Regina. Yes. I hear you on that, Sean, but the world needed me. The Army had enough leaders in there. I could still do what I do without having been attached to them. So both times, Amy and Lala were acting like just stone cold idiots. And I left anyway. 6-figure job. I'm a captain on my way to become the first African-American MP Division Company commander. And I'm not staying. I left at the height, not at the bottom. Why? Because I knew that there was something greater inside of me, and I knew I had a higher calling to do something grand. Same thing for y'all. I'm no different. The world needs what's in your brain. Ignorance is bliss, yes. So the world needs what is in your brain. The world. I'm so proud of your choice, though. I would have not found you. Right. And so that's how y'all feel. So somebody somewhere in the world needs what you have, and you're not making it, so they can't find you. They can't find you. So people always ask, no, do you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Dang, I wish y'all knew how to do this. I wish y'all knew how to do this. And there's supposed to be, hey, Bridget, there's supposed to be someone else that does it at the excellence level that Noah does. But that person is somewhere else doing something else instead of what they are supposed to be or need to be doing. Good morning, Lola. So that's why the tirade happened yesterday. Because as an educator, I'm like, we don't have what we need, and we need what we need, and we don't want what we have. So we have millions of people playing video games, and we have millions of people trying to play professional games, and we don't have enough people in labs trying to find cures for currently incurable diseases. We don't have enough people in classrooms educating people correctly. We don't have enough people doing extraordinary work that we need to navigate in our day-to-day lives, because this shit is hard because of a lack of neural pathway building. And that's why I'm going to keep saying subscribe on Instagram. That's why I'm going to keep going live. And that's why you can't shut me up until I'm fucking dead, because I'm tired. I'm tired of you not understanding it. That shit was hard for me too. I don't give a fuck. That's life. That's what it's easy to let Amy and Lala run your fucking day. That's so simple. That's like breathing. But the challenge is to go ahead and do it in spite of a motherfucker believing in you or not. Because believing yourself is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. In spite of the odds being stacked against you, because swim upstream is one of the principles of real leadership. In spite of people saying that's impossible, because can makes the impossible possible, that's one of the principles of real leadership. You need to start looking at the principles of real leadership, because they are how I'm sitting here today. They are what everything about neuromobility is built on. And that's how you navigate through your life. That's how you navigate through your life. Study the brain, master the brain, teach others how to do the same. That's how the people in the world will forever be changed. That's what's on my whiteboard. Because when you know how the brain functions, you know how you function. Yesterday, Bridget, you said you did your homework and Amy and Lala didn't win. 6 months ago, you didn't know that. You didn't know that. So if you didn't do something, you didn't know that do it now. Procrastination is the enemy is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. You didn't know about the 1 minute start rule, which allows you to start so that you don't have to fucking be regular. Yes, thank you, Jessica. Oh my God, did you see how the number dropped from 13 to 8 when Amy and Lala? Yes. And so Lorenzo is now paying attention to the number, because Lorenzo didn't understand that I got 14,500 Instagram subscribers but I don't have 14,500, Instagram followers, but I don't have 14,500 Instagram subscribers. Make that math make sense. It ain't 50 of y'all. What's up with that? There's hundreds of people in the 2 broadcast channels, but all of the subscribers ain't even in the Real Leader broadcast channel. So yeah, slight bit of frustration. I'm not going to stop, but I'm also not going to let you not do what you need to do in order to become extraordinary. That's not what's going to happen. So yeah, you will continue to get messages from me until you decide, oh, I'm not subscribing no more. Okay, cool. Now you're locked. Because if you're not here to do the real work, then you shouldn't have access to any of it. Because the looker, likers, and listeners can kick fucking rocks. I'm interested in learners and only learners, because what's in your brain, somebody in the world needs. The people in the Insta chat are kind of crazy, like over 100 people, 9 responses. Okay, got it, Lorenzo. Thank you for that. So your responsibility as subscribers is to continue to do the work day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out, all day. Your job is to go into the stories, watch the stories and respond, and then go into the chats and do that work too, because that's strengthening your prefrontal cortex. And that at some point, you're just going to be sitting somewhere. Nola had a whole brain dump awakening after her appointment yesterday. It's just going to click, just like it clicked for me yesterday, and I clicked off safe. The pathways are going to start pathwaying in, and then the next thing you know, this shit is going to be clear as day, and it's going to be staring you right in your face. You be like, that's been sitting there the whole time. You mean to tell me, did you? How come I missed that? How come I didn't know that? It's just going to click. The firing and the wiring is going to create this open field of innovation and creativity, and moments of clarity are just going to happen. And all you were doing was watching a Dr. Donna quote. All you were doing was answering a poll question. Did you make up your bed today? And boom, all of a sudden, everything is going to fall into place for you. And you're going to know what it is that you need to do. And then you're going to start working towards that thing. That's how it happens neurologically. And so, no, I'm not going to be okay with people. The brain fog has gone away from literally just doing these simple things. I think me and Envy were clicking over the cuttlefish, and that needs to be our mascot, a catfish with the big ass brain. Okay, and Lorenzo, I'm talking right now. Thank you, but let me finish saying what I'm saying. Okay, let me finish saying what I'm saying. And I appreciate what you're saying, but right now I'm saying what I'm saying. So the moral of the story is this, ladies and gentlemen. You have an amazing brain, and you were born to do something extraordinary. It's like, well, I'm 80, Dr. Don. I'm 75. I'm 57. I'm 39. It's too late. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. My great aunt went back to school to get a master's degree at 75 years old. Nobody on here is 75 years old. It's not too late. It's right on time. You're in time, so it's on time. But you got to do the work. You got to do the work. And so there will be no not doing the work. Because if you're going to not do the work, I'm blocking you. That's how that goes. I ain't got time to be wasting my time on a motherfucker that don't want to do the work. I don't. Somebody else will take your spot. Somebody else will take your spot. And as I mentioned, I think the number is 3,000, but it might be less than that. It might be more, but it might be less. And at that point, you out. And you can hope that somebody else fucks up so you can get that spot. But I know what I'm doing. I know who should be in it. And it's more people that should be in it that ain't. But that's on them. That ain't got shit to do with that. But if you hear, it's sweat motherfucking equity. And with that being said, what is my definition of being a bad motherfucker? Lorenzo, I'm glad you asked. So to Dr. Donna, a bad motherfucker isn't about being reckless, loud, or aggressive. So it is not about being reckless, loud, or aggressive. It is about being unapologetically strong, disciplined, and unshakably personally accountable in everything that you do. So what is it? Unapologetically strong, disciplined, not motivated, not inspired, but disciplined, and unshakably personally accountable in everything that you do. Not in some shit, not on Thursday, not on Wednesday, not sometimes on Saturday, in everything that you do every day, all motherfucking day. That's what it means to be a bad motherfucker. That's what it means to be it. Probably didn't think that. That's not what you thought when I said I'm the baddest motherfucker walking the face of the planet Earth, because I am unapologetically strong. Discipline. And my personal accountability on a daily basis is unshakable. I'm going live whether I'm talking to myself or 5,000 people. I'm still going to be here. I'm going to do what I'm doing because I've been doing what I've been doing. It's receipts everywhere for it. So what does it take to be a bad motherfucker? I'm glad you asked, Jared. Clarity of mind. Clarity of mind. So if you have emotional dysregulation, you do not have clarity of mind. If you are fake as a $4 bill with your face on it, you do not have clarity of mind. When you have clarity of mind, you know who you are, where you're going, and you don't let distractions detour your plan. Eliminate distractions is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. I know who I am, I know where I'm going, and I will not be distracted by nonsense and bullshit. That's number one, clarity of mind. Number two, courage to act. And this is where you lose most people. This is where most people go, yeah. Oh, well, hold up. Wait, now? Today? Oh, okay. No. So you face fear, risk, and uncertainty with conviction, because hesitation is weakness. You said what? I said hesitation is weakness. So when you say, I don't know if I'm going to subscribe, I'm going to think about it. Hesitation is weakness. Hesitate. That's how I know you're not a bad motherfucker. That's how I know the person that said they was doing what I was doing. They hesitated and now they blocked. It took her a week and she still didn't get it done. Hesitation. That's not courage. That's not courage at all. So when you hesitate, who are you listening to? Amy and Lala. Amy and Lala are the ones that's detecting fear. They're the ones that's not saying go run towards the saber-tooth tiger, but run away from it. So you don't have courage to act. Some more people just left the chat. Number 3, unbreakable standards. What? Set and maintain high standards is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So you have unbreakable standards. You demand excellence from yourself before you demand it from anybody else. Well, we probably lost 77% of people at that point. So you got unbreakable standards. So you demand excellence from yourself first before you demand it from anybody else. Got it, right there. So set and maintain standards at a high level. Go above and beyond. Second mile service. I'm the baddest motherfucker walking the face of the planet Earth. Set and maintain high standards. Regina was asking me behind the scenes about some content creation. I've created as much as I think 115, 113 posts in one day across 13 social media platforms. So if I tell somebody to post once a day, I don't give a fuck. I want to hear shit. Shut the fuck up and post. You ain't at 100. You ain't at 30. You ain't at before I stopped in June 25th, I was posting 13 times just on Instagram, 8 stories and 5 in reels, just on my Instagram, on one of my Instagram accounts, every day, starting at 4 o'clock in the morning, ending between 8 and 9 p.m. That's a high ass standard. My shit, not some team, not somebody shit I made and posted from my phone while I was doing everything else I was doing. Bad motherfucker. So number 4 is real accountability. Your own choices, your failures, and your victories, no excuses. Personal accountability is real accountability. So everything, you own your choices, your failures, and your victories, no excuses. I tell you, I got kicked out of a mega church. I ain't making no excuses for that. You going through a divorce, people do all kind of crazy shit. All kind of crazy shit. And extraordinary shit. So now we at about 87, 90% of people can't be a bad motherfucker. And then the final one, which is the kicker, is presence and power. You walk into any room knowing your worth and leaving no doubt about your impact. No doubt about your impact. I walk in a room and motherfuckers want to know who I am. Who is that? Wait a minute. Who is that? Hey, how you doing? Who is it? Presence. They call it a command presence in the military. And you got to build your command presence. And when Nola first started, she didn't have it. And so they talked to me. And now she has it. And everybody's calling her. When we're in stores, they say, hey, sir, how you doing? Like that's it. But I got it. We get it. We understand. Yeah, how you doing? Automatically, because of the presence and the power. So it's clarity of mind, courage to act, unbreakable standards, real accountability, and presence and power. I'm the baddest motherfucker walking the face of the planet Earth. Who else got that? Who else got it? They dropping off. Because the unbreakable standards, for anybody you thinking they don't have unbreakable standards. Because let me tell you why. Who got it? Who don't? You don't have unbreakable standards because everybody that has ever turned something in late at 8:01 has had to start over. Everybody that has popped off has gotten blocked. Everybody. Pop off. Jared is back because he just said some dumb shit. But pop off, you gone. Say the problem with your program, bye. You're not coming back. That's why you get blocked immediately. I'm not hesitating. Oh my God. But wait a minute. They might have something. No. Understand. Just clicked for me. Hesitation is procrastination. It's the freeze response. And the best action to unfreeze is to act. Similar to fight, the best action is the opposite to freeze. Count to 10. Right. Yes. So that's what it means to be a bad motherfucker. Now, y'all thought it might have been something else. You thinking Shaft in the 70s, I'm coming in, shut your mouth. No. That's what it means. So you got the brain cells to be a bad motherfucker. You got the brain cells to do it. That unshakable standards, that's what Eric cuts. That's that right there. And that courage to act, fucking everybody up. Everybody. Well, it's okay because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I say low standards is too close to no standards. Low standards is too close to no standards. And so you're afraid because if you have high standards, you might be by yourself. I don't give a fuck. I like me. I'm good company. What I'm not going to do is let somebody decrease my property value. I'm not going to let me sit next to some boomba clock. And now I'm over here like, why are you friends with them? What's happening with that? No. And this ain't about fucking appearance. This is about accomplishments. This ain't about, it's a lot of people that appear to be powerful. It's a lot of people that appear to have it going on. Sit down with them motherfucking lemons for 5 minutes and you're going to find out there's a whole team holding their asses up and the emperor has no clothes on. That's what you're going to find out. They ain't bad motherfuckers. So here's my quote. To be a bad motherfucker, you must master yourself first. Power isn't in your mouth. It's in your mindset. That's some pimp shit right there. Power ain't in your mouth. It's in your mindset, baby. That's what that is. So yeah, you got to master yourself first. How the fuck you going to do anything? How you going to be a bad motherfucker and you can't even master your own damn mind? Amy and Lala dragging your ass all over the damn world. That ain't shit. I'm doing all this stuff. Yeah, until Amy and Lala decide you're going to be doing different and then you're going to be weak. You're going to be soft as warm butter sitting on the stove. That's what's going to happen. 1000%. So I said what I said yesterday and I ain't changing it. I ain't changing it because if you don't know how your brain functions, you don't know how you function, and you can't be a bad motherfucker because you can't master your own damn brain. How you going to be a bad motherfucker? How? Now I know your next question is, why people avoid being a bad motherfucker? I'm glad you asked, Nola. Watch this. Fear of judgment. Somebody just left because of fear of judgment. I told them to do something. They said, I can't do that. I got people watching. Okay, well, I'm not going to be watching. Fear of judgment. Many worry about what others will think if they step fully into their strength. Or what did I just say? Oh, many worry about what others will think if they step fully into their strength. They fear being labeled as too much instead of being unapologetically powerful. You doing too much. Dr. Donna, no, I ain't. You ain't doing enough. So you worried about being labeled for being too much. You worried about not walking in your own damn power because another motherfucker is too weak to stand up for themselves. You worried about that. Comfort addiction. So the brain, especially the amygdala, craves safety and predictability. So being labeled a bad motherfucker requires risk, discipline, and standing alone. Things that comfort seeking does for the brain. You ain't going to be able to do this. You are not going to be able to be a bad motherfucker and make Amy and Lala happy at the same time. These two things cannot be true at the same time. So you over here worried about what a non-motherfucker thinks, and then you don't want to be uncomfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable. So you don't want to take risk. You don't want to be disciplined, and you don't want to stand alone. Who y'all see with me other than Nola on Friday? Ain't no team. It's me. I'm the John Wick of this shit. It's me. That's it. It's me. Y'all see me here every day, transparent in a motherfucker, and cried and yelled and been upset and everything and blocked motherfuckers and everything else. This is me. Bad motherfucker. Every morning. Accountability presence. Owning every choice, mistake, and victory is hard. Owning every choice. Man, I shouldn't have been having that bat and that tire iron. Damn, I shouldn't have popped off at that mega church. But I did. And I told y'all about it. Y'all didn't know me back then. I could have kept my mouth shut. For what? I shouldn't have wrote bitch on Eric Green's car, even though he is a bitch. But I shouldn't have did that with soap. Maybe that one should have happened. But anyway, most avoided because personal accountability removes excuses. Personal accountability removes excuses. When people said I got a lot going on, Envy, you were Lorenzo, Zoe, you were there first. Only 2 people. And at times it was 19, 20 people on the live, dropping off, coming back, dropping off and coming back. And again, Bridget, I know you already in it. So Bridget said something in the beginning, but it was just 2 people. Everybody talking shit with each other. Yeah, got a lot going on. Got a lot going on. I said, what you got going on? Enlighten us. Let me see what you got going on. Crickets. But I will be back this afternoon and let's see if we get a different result. I like the Amy and Lala concept. I know who my enemies are. Exactly. So now the pressure to be your motherfucking self. You can't do that with a weak prefrontal cortex because your prefrontal cortex is where your personality resides. So you can't get that shit done because you don't want to be responsible and accountable for all the shit you did, didn't do, mistakes you made, and the victories you had. That shit is hard. I make this shit look easy. I make it look easy to talk about all the shit that didn't happen in the 52 years that I've been here. It ain't. That shit takes courage. That's why I'm the baddest motherfucker walking the face of the planet Earth. Because motherfuckers be hiding shit. You don't find out till later. I don't care. Low standards. Didn't I say motherfucking low standards is too close to no standards? Losers ask you to lower your standards. When I was on the dating scene, motherfuckers like, you high maintenance. Nigga, you broke. Just shut up. And I'm sorry I said that. I apologize for saying that. You broke. Just say you broke. You broke. Okay? Don't tell me my standards is too high. She came up. I apologize. Low standards. It's easier to settle for the average than to uphold unbreakable standards. That's why I don't date no more. Okay. Being bad in the sense means refusing mediocrity. It means refusing mediocrity. So some of y'all sitting right now in some low standard relationships. You sitting in some low standard relationships right now. Right now. Nola says it best, people marry their science partners. And my first science partner in biology, his first name was Harvey. And my ex-husband's name is Harvey. So it might be something to that. So you got low standards in your relationships. Anybody got low relationships right now? Go ahead, tell the truth right now. You got some low standards in your relationships. It's easier to settle for average than to uphold unbreakable standards. Being bad in the sense meaning refusing mediocrity. But you can't do that when you got low standards. So do you have any relationships right now that you have low standards for? Is this thing on? And you're going to lose them. You just don't know how. You tell them the truth, Lorenzo. Facts. Where you look back at them you should have had. It will keep you stuck. I'm clearing that shit out. Low standards for your friends. For your stuck Melise and everybody else. It's me. You're the one? Oh man, I sure do. And now that they are losing control and my family not having control. Yeah. So it's easier to settle for average. And then the last one is fear of power. And this is a powerful one. Power requires presence, and presence means visibility. And some hide because visibility forces them to be consistent. You said what? Power requires presence, and presence means visibility. And some hide because visibility forces them to be consistent. Bridget says she don't have no friends. I'm going to be honest, it's hard when you love them and see it, but I can't show them. It hurts me a lot. Love them enough to leave. Love yourself more. You got to love yourself more. So, yeah. So when you are out in public, you got to be consistent. That's why when I decided to do the 101 book challenge, I started putting out YouTube videos every week. Because now I got to do it. Because unaccountable people love to call you on your shit when they can see it. That's why you can't see what they're doing. That's why I said yesterday, you ain't Googleable. That's why people don't do shit on purpose. It's because they're not Googleable. Because if you could Google it, now you got receipts. If you could chat GPT it, now you got receipts. That's why everybody hiding in plain sight. Because you don't want to be Googleable. You don't want to be searchable. You don't want people to be able to see it. Everybody that stopped doing my challenges, I went back and looked at their TikTok. They deleted all those videos because they didn't want nobody to see it no more. They didn't want nobody to see it. Soon as I said they got that closeout survey, delete, hide. Because you don't want nobody to see it. Fear equals power. Fear of consistency. Wow. Fear of power is definitely one of my shortcomings. I am on one hand with friends, circle is very small. There you go. So you don't want, that's why the video challenges take everybody out. That's why y'all on Instagram right now. Because video challenges mean everybody's seeing it. And you don't want them to see it. Why not? Why they can't see it? Because you haven't mastered your mindset. Because you haven't actually became a bad motherfucker. Because when you a bad motherfucker, you like, where they at? Jack Johnson, look him up. Heavyweight champion of the world. He went around terrorizing people because they wouldn't fight him because he was African American. European Americans held the title, and he went to all their fights, standing up like, fight me. You bad, bitch, fight me. Fight me. You so heavyweight. Fight me. Because you did the work. When you actually do the neurological work and the physical work and the skill development and everything else, you like, bring it. That's why Jimmy couldn't win yesterday on the live. Jimmy was neurologically inept to fuck with me. He didn't know that because Jimmy was looking at the wrong shit. He needed an MRI to see all that firing and wiring going on, and he couldn't see that shit. So he thought he knew who his opponent was. That's why I like playing chess and I like the pawns. Because ain't nobody paying attention to the pawns. There's too many of them. But them some bad motherfuckers when they get going. Some bad motherfuckers. So fear of power. So here's my perspective. People avoid being a bad motherfucker because it takes daily courage to show up with clarity, conviction, and personal accountability. It's easier to hide in your comfort than rise in your power. Ooh. It's easier to hide in your comfort, and that's what the back half of that live was about yesterday. You don't want to rise in your power. You want to keep walking around powerless. You got the power cord in your hand, and you won't even fucking plug it into yourself. Got the power cord in your hand. Like, anybody got an outlet? Anybody got an outlet? Anybody? You the outlet. Plug into your damn self. Over here being comfortable. That's what's wrong. So Lorenzo, if you wonder why the people didn't sign up on TikTok or over here, it's because of the comfort. You afraid of power. You afraid of your own damn power. Not your shadow, your power. Your power is what you got you over here not being a bad motherfucker. That's the problem. No, I can't do that. I am the question and the answer. Damn straight. So what you got to do, here go the steps to being a bad motherfucker. You gotta love Chat GPT. Look at that. Seriously. You gotta love Chat. Here go the steps. Number 1, get Neuro clear. Yesterday was neuro clear. You got to get neuro clear. That means you can't have neurotoxicity. You can't be neuro clear and have neurotoxicity. And that's what, Regina, while you're listening, it is neuro clear. Remember I said I was going back and forth, but when I was in the military and we were no longer in chemical environments, we had to give the all clear. So when you are no longer in a toxic environment, you are all clear. Prefrontal cortex living from now on, which now I can't understand because I crave it. Okay. You didn't before. There was a point where you didn't either. So to get neuro clear, you got to remove distractions, excuses, and mental fog. Eliminate distractions is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So you got to remove them and your motherfucking excuses, which is a reason wrapped up in an excuse with a nice little live bow on top of it. And mental fog. So how do you get rid of mental fog? Emotional regulation. See how that works? So a bad motherfucker sees with clarity and refuses to let the brain drift into confusion. To drift into confusion. That's the amygdala shit right there. That's emotional dysregulation. So you got to, number 2, master your mindset. Train your prefrontal cortex daily. What you say, Doc? I said train your prefrontal cortex daily. That means discipline, focus, and decision making. Where you get that daily prefrontal cortex strength from? Anybody? Where does anybody know where you can strengthen your prefrontal cortex daily? Can y'all help me out? I'm looking for directions to daily prefrontal cortex strengthening. Can you give me the Google Maps wise directions to it? Where you get that at? Daily prefrontal cortex strengthening. Where is it at? Where is that located at? Instagram. And yes, for you, Nola, because you have advanced. It's located at Instagram. It's right over there. So you're saying to master your mindset, you got to train your prefrontal cortex daily. Okay, cool. Got it. So power isn't in words or bravado. It's in wiring your thought patterns. Wiring your thought patterns. Okay, cool. So when you go to Instagram, you subscribe and you keep looking at the content throughout your day, you're doing your neural reps, what we talked about yesterday. Now you're strengthening your prefrontal cortex. Okay, cool, bet. Now, number 3, you got to elevate your standards. Set and maintain high standards is one of the principles of real leadership. So you have to demand more from yourself than anyone else could. Now, Nola will tell you I am harder on myself than anybody else, to include her. So the other issue that you have is you are not demanding more of yourself. So I sound demanding because I'm demanding more of you than you're demanding of you. And that's going to change soon. So you're not demanding more of yourself. You're saying, it's okay to be regular. I'm older. I'm settled. The economy is bad. And this situation ain't that bad. It's not that great, but it's not that bad. It's only creating a little bit of neurotoxicity. So I'm just going ahead and stay here. You got to be neuro clear to be a bad motherfucker. That means you have to have no cortisol at all. 0% cortisol free. Okay? Being bad means refusing mediocrity even when no one's watching. That's the other part. That's why everybody with a check mark gets out of the chat. Because when a motherfucker ain't watching, they somebody else. When ain't nobody watching, the standards are lower. The standards are low. They get low. Now you got to act with courage. That's number 4. The amygdala screams for comfort and safety. Help! You got to ignore it. You got to ignore both of them. And you step into risk and fear and uncertainty with conviction. I don't know what later today will bring when I go back live. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I'm stepping into it with 10 toes down. A wise woman told me this is what we call polishing. Exactly. She told you that on Saturday. Yes, and you watched it yesterday. Number 5, take radical personal accountability. Own your choices, all of them. Your failures and your wins. All of them. Own your choices, your failures, and your wins. No excuses, no blame. No excuses, no blame. No excuses and no blame. Because personal accountability sharpens your brain like a blade and it cuts away weakness. When you become a bad motherfucker, you cut away weakness like Valerian steel, like a sous chef, like a samurai sword. You cut through it. We have katanas in our house, cutting through weakness, cutting through it because you are radically personally accountable. Number 6, again, command presence. You got to have it. Walk into the room with power in your posture, your voice, and your brain. That's what happens. And a bad motherfucker doesn't ask for respect. They project it. They project. Oh, that one right there. I told y'all when I went to go get my blood work done and that the lady behind the counter was talking about next victim. And all of a sudden, Miss Donna, she ordered me and called me Miss Donna. Wonder what happened. Wonder what happened. And then number 7 is stay consistent. Anyone can flex once. You got to love chat. Anyone can flex once. The real ones show up daily. Because chat said, oh, this is Dr. Donna. We got to use Dr. Donna's voice. Anyone can flex once. But the real ones show up daily. Daily. Consistency rewires the brain and makes power permanent. Permanent. Your power can be permanent. It can be permanent. And here's my quote. To be a bad motherfucker, don't just act once. Wire it into your brain until it becomes who you are. Wire it in your brain until it becomes who you are. I am the baddest motherfucker walking the face of the planet Earth. You can't prove me wrong. I just gave y'all what it takes to be one. I got this. This is fire. I will rewatch the replay. So what questions do you have about being a bad motherfucker as I give you the brain bit for today, as soon as I find it? What questions? Because when I told you about being a bad motherfucker, you had a different perspective. And now you're like, shit, this is some good shit over here. This is that real, that's that good. Ain't that what they used to call it back in the day? She got that good. Okay. What questions do you have? Go ahead, Lorenzo. No questions. Envy has something to say as well. Y'all hear them on them damn motorcycles. They have just come and just taken over. No questions here. Bridget, got it. This hair is tickling the back of my neck. Neuro clear, prefrontal daily stem, polish, and repeat. Building your command presence. Building your command presence needs to be in there. And no standards. If you lower your standards, it's not going to work. So add those other 2 back in there. No question for now. I'm just trying to find my confidence. Okay. The standards and the personal accountability needs to be in there. Lorenzo. Okay, Jessica, your confidence isn't lost. You got to build it. It's the inside out job. Confidence is built. It's not bought. And it's sweat equity. So you can't find it. You got to build it. And the only way to build it is to take risk and challenge yourself. That's the only way you're going to become confident. That's it. It's not going to happen any other way. People got y'all thinking y'all could go buy it. We live in a neighborhood where people getting out of confidence. People walking in Whole Foods holding confidence and wearing confidence, so they think. And they got the confidence of a fruit neck. That's what they got. and nothing more. You got to build this. That's why it doesn't matter what people have. What doesn't matter what room I'm in, because I'm actually doing the work. So when you hire people to do your work, they got a little bit of confidence. And so when I'm in a room with all of the who's and the staff and the all of that, and I show up, they're trying to figure out what. Well, oh my goodness, what are you wearing? Where did you get that suit from? How did you, yeah, because it's built day in and day out. That's why I said put me on a panel with anybody. I'll go socially distance me so they won't be breathing on me. But I will go. I'll get on a podcast at this point. Go ahead, hit me with your best shot. And you might know this little part over here, but bad motherfucker gonna show up. We keep talking. Bad motherfucker. Because now that y'all got the definition, Lorenzo, while you retyping, I got one more question and then I'm gonna tell y'all this brain bit and then we're gonna go. Now that y'all know the definition of bad motherfucker, if you had an idea of who you thought was a bad motherfucker, are they a bad motherfucker now? Based upon the real leadership definition of bad motherfucker, are they? Even if you like, wait, hold up. No, they got low standards. Nope, they don't really have a command presence when they walk in the room. Yeah. Oh, so they tell everything, all of it. And they don't blame nobody for nothing they did. They ain't blaming nobody. Fuck. For low standards plus fear of visible consistency, a challenge I have still is being consistent. Okay. All I came in, consistently visible, putting my all fear of judgment over criticizing myself and eliminating this behavior. Yes, Envy, I'm still lost on why someone put effort into videos and decided to hide them. Then they truly didn't believe in themselves. Yes, ma'am. So Lorenzo said establish and commit to boundaries, incorporate the 74 principles, Neuro clear, prefrontal daily stimulation, polish and repeat. Did you have the standards in there? If in the principles of real leadership you say hold yourselves and others personally accountable, then yes. Sean said, my apologies. My phone is trying to buff. I'm here. Amy and Lala are a damn lie today. I'm going to Dr. Donna today. Okay, so I'm going to do the brain bit and then we're going to do our questions and get out of here. So the brain bit for today. Oh, let me slide out of the way just so y'all can see all of this. So look at the bad mofo brain standing there. Stepping high on the ladder. Brain game, for real, for real. So brain bit, the brain as a microphone. Think of your brain as a microphone. It picks up signals, amplifies them, and projects them out into the world. So the receiver mode, just like a microphone captures sound, your brain constantly takes in signals, words, emotions, body language, and experiences. Amplifier mode, whatever you focus on gets louder. So whatever you focus on gets louder. If you focus on negativity, the volume of your problems increases. If you focus on solutions, the brain amplifies possibilities. So you focusing on problems, it's going to get louder and louder and louder. You focus on solutions, and now you're going to get possibilities amplified. Projector mode. The brain broadcasts your thoughts and emotions outward through tone, words, and actions, just like a microphone projects sounds through speakers. So when you are talking like this and using all this and doing all this, that's a microphone as well as this. And then feedback loop. Without proper tuning, microphones create distortion or feedback. Hot mic, hot mic. Similarly, when your brain isn't managed well, stress and distractions create mental noise that disrupts clarity. So the takeaway is this. The brain, like a microphone, requires clarity, focus, and balance. Train it to pick up the right signals, amplify growth, and project leadership with power and purpose. Lorenzo, yes, I use the 74 principles as the umbrella term for personal accountability as they are based in them. Roger that. Okay, so the 3 questions on the table today. What did you learn today? What did you learn about yourself? And what brain conversation did you have yesterday? My eyes are itching. What did you learn today? What did you learn about yourself? And what was your brain conversation? This is going to be cold now. And for the looker-likers and listeners, what y'all doing here? Again, I'm back again to just look and listen. I'm back again. I'm not gonna do shit that you saying, Dr. Donna, but I like how you make me feel. I like the natural dopamine boost to go back and not do nothing you said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just over here looking. I'm just watching. Don't mind me just watching. I do mind you watching. Little peeping toms. Somebody dropped off. Peeping pervs. Over here looking through the window. Ain't gonna do shit. Jessica said, I learned that confidence is built, not found. Yes, ma'am. I learned about myself that boundaries and toxicity are reality really holding me back. You holding you back. Bridget is thinking. And Emmy is thinking. Lorenzo is thinking. Sean is thinking. Thinking of a master plan. But ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands, so I dig into my pocket on my money and spit. Dig deeper. Still coming up with lint. I learned being a bad mofo is actually being unapologetically strong, disciplined, and personally accountable every day in everything I do. Now you ain't got a problem saying it. You know what I'm saying? You can say bad mofo, you ain't got to curse because it got a different meaning to it. You ain't got to hide platform shoes on with a pimp hat talking about, shut your mouth. He a bad mofo. Shut. No, it's not what it meant. I learned that part of being a bad mofo is acknowledging your faults too. Can't nobody use that shit against you. Can't nobody use it against you. You're like, yup, thank you. Appreciate that. Because that's what unaccountable people like to do. They want to sit in their little glass-ass houses and throw rocks at everybody. But that shit is a boomerang. They'll come back and pop them in their damn head. Bridget said, I learned that the brain needs clarity. Neuro clear over here. Nola said, I learned about myself. I exhibit a lot of the principles of bad mofoness. Exactly. You do. You're just working on a couple more. And I say, come back to this. Jared said he going to rewatch this again because this hit home. For real, for real. Now, I could still be right now making sure that you getting ready for Thanksgiving. So we will be talking about Thanksgiving right now. Making sure all the new packaging for Halloween. I'm sorry. Halloween is next month. So making sure all the packaging is right and what stores we got the displays in. And there's, ooh, spooky. Ho, ho, ho. I could be doing that right now. Yes. Making sure we got the new electric tractors coming in. Got to be good for the environment. Gonna reduce our carbon footprint. And Bridget said, I learned that I can be unapologetically me and command the room. It's the only way to be, baby. Only way to be. You the only person that can do you. Do you to the newest ability that you can do. You the only you that can do you. Nola, talking about my brain getting clarity on faith and how and why people have brain faith, have faith and don't. Yes, ma'am. That was your brain conversation. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Zoe said, I want to confirm the new list I sent is correct. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, you are correct. Go forth and be a bad mofo. All right, couple more people. What was your brain conversation yesterday? Jared, you there? Or did you have to go because you at work? Sean said, I learned about myself that I will keep clearing out negativity so I can continue my business goals. Yes, ma'am. My brain talk was to brain dump and don't let Amy and Lala hijack my plans. Emotional regulation is the key to becoming a bad mofo. Without it, you're going to be weak. It's not going to happen. Did Jared have to go? Is that what he said? That's why he said he was catching a replay. I'm scrolling back. Yeah, I got to go. This is fire. That's what he said. Okay, cool. I thought so. Jared had to go. He's going to catch the replay. That's what he said. I just saw he's going to catch the replay. Okay. So in summary, ladies and gentlemen, and for the peeping toms and peeping Thomasinas, why y'all here? Y'all didn't contribute because not 11 people contributing in the chat, and even with Regina and Lola doing work, the math ain't mathing. I think that's 3 of y'all that's watching. Envy said, I learned about myself that I fear staying consistent because I think over time my standards will lower to keep up. But I am the source and I am the endless, so there's no need for that. Yep, I concur with what you're saying, Envy. And here's what I'm going to say about that power part and standing alone. Unaccountable. See, Amy and Lala need company. That's why they say misery loves company. And so other people's Amy and Lala will say things to you so y'all all could be stuck together. That's why stuck people stick together. And then they will make fun of you because they don't have the courage to do it too. So then they will talk shit to stop you so you will be stuck too. Because the last thing they want is for you to succeed and leave them. They're not going to do it, but they want you to stay with them too for company because you fit into their dynamic. So in the friend group, if you are second or third on the list, the alpha of the friend group is usually the one trying to stop you in the family or the friend group. Because if you leave and go be successful, then that stops them from being the alpha. That stops them from being correct. So they're saying that to stop you. And you got to say, fuck you, Uncle Jerry. I'm going to be the shit. I'm going to be the one in the family that everybody start coming to for advice because your ass stopped going. You 20 years older than me, 21 years older than me. You slowed down. I should have never been able to pass your ass. I did. That shit's on you. Sean said, brain conversation was so I need to upload the thread app to make Instagram function better. I'm still learning the platform. Yes, ma'am. Got it. Lorenzo, I think my convo happened intentionally when I went to the cemetery. I felt so calm. Seeing that a grave of one man in particular struck me, a father from Sweden buried next to his son. The tree that grew around these graves was so strong and its branches were joining together with the trees. True soldiers. Wow. Very interesting. Lola, I apologize for not always participating. It's a lot going on at 8:30, and I'm not one of the booker boos. I do take your lesson seriously. And I know, Lola, I'm not talking about you. I understand, Lola. That's why I said Regina and Lola are listening. I'm never directing this at you. I'm definitely talking to the lookers, likers, and listeners. You are never on that list. Envy said my brain combo, and that's very great and interesting, Lorenzo, at the cemetery. Envy said my brain combo was with myself about floating, racing thoughts, and instead of panicking to hold them, I decided I actually needed to breathe, and so I relaxed and got an idea to draw. That's awesome. Brain dumps work. So in summary, ladies and gentlemen, and the looker, likers, and listeners, take your ass over to Instagram and actually learn. And why and part of me is thinking that y'all got new accounts and you used to be over here and you got blocked and now you trying to be incognito so you can still be connected, but your ass got fucking blocked because you wasn't doing the work. But now you in denial instead of being a real one and messaging me from this new fucking account and saying I was wrong, can I come back? You ain't gonna do no real shit like that, so you just gonna keep sneaking. This shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Who the fuck got something to say? Got it. I apologize. Damn it. Oh, fuck. Lorenzo, I'm sorry. The person, your thing, I don't know if it showed or not. I hit the wrong button, but he was telling us the name of the person. I think it's still, his name was John Kalberg and his son's name. His son was a soldier in World War II and his name was the Kalberg. Bad mofos, man. Yes. There you go. So getting back to the looker, likers, and listeners. And if you got to go, I understand. Stop fucking coming over here looking, liking, and listening. Be a real one and participate or go away. This shit is not going to fucking work. And you're not even the ops because the ops know how to listen without the number popping up. So you are literally a person who got blocked and now you're trying to come back, or a person that said you was coming back and never did, and now you're trying to come back and I'm going to just be over here and I'm going to just listen and see what she's saying. Or, and Nola and I realized this too, your motherfucking bitch ass work for Jim Quick and you over here trying to steal my shit. I already seen him with my shit on his page. Get your own shit. Stop trying to steal mine. Get your own shit. acting like you. What about this? What about disease brain and Alzheimer's? What about this? Next thing you know, that's the fucking topic on y'all page. No? Now you don't want to say shit? I know you over here fucking stealing. Fucking cowards. Study the brain. Learn like me. That motherfucker been doing it for 30 years. Y'all running out of content? Ain't nobody got no new neurons? This is what y'all need to do. Go to the Hippocampus bank of neurons and talk to the dentate gyrus and get some new fucking ideas and quit coming over here and stealing mine. This shit is not going to work. Your people know. People read it and it don't fucking match. Y'all ain't the first. Gary Vee was the first to try to do the shit. And it didn't fucking work. And he had to move on. Y'all ain't me. Stop trying to take from a bad motherfucker and become a bad motherfucker. Jessica, and I allow it. And my brain conversation yesterday was my client and the Amy and Lala. I understand. Oh, say that name again so I can report, please. Interesting. They won't do the work, but still trying to steal it. No, he's sending his underlings over here. He's sending his underlings because that's who people who have content creators, their people come and steal stuff from people who got low performance sites. So it looked like it's their own. We already had this experience in 2016 with Gary Vaynerchuk stealing my format and shit when we was both about to hit 5,000 posts at the same time. So this ain't even new. I'm used to it. They do it in the industries all the time. They steal people's songs, people's screenplays and everything. And because they big, they don't think people gonna say shit. That's why they not saying nothing. Every day they here taking copious ass notes to make him look like he a bad motherfucker and he ain't. And he might not even know they doing it. They just running out of fucking material because that raggedy ass business model ain't shit. You need a new sigmoid curve and stealing other people's shit ain't it. I know you motherfuckers are here. 2, you got blocked and now you're trying to come back and now you're trying to take my shit. And I don't feel like Little Richard. I'm giving this shit away. If I didn't want you to have it, it would be over there in the private part of Instagram. I don't give a fuck about this. I got more shit. I'm going to have more shit tomorrow and more shit the day after that because I got 86 billion neurons. That's why this shit don't really bother me. But I want y'all to know I know that's why y'all here. Went and got one of my t-shirts because the shit is on Amazon. It's okay. And part of how I rationalize it in my brain is I'm like, it's still real leader information. It's still going over there. It's being adulterated. It's being sent through their fucking whack ass funnel. But at a minimum, that part, I got a feel of that. But you are teaching me a way to rebuild and I am very humble. That's right. Motherfuckers be trying to take your shit. But I don't care. I just want y'all to know I know y'all here. That's all I'm saying is I'm aware that you here. So y'all might want to block me on Instagram so I can't go check. Make me, so I can't see the channel on YouTube. So I won't go check and see if you mixing my shit in. I said some shit like 3 months ago. 11 days later, Jim Quick saying that shit in the video. My shit. Similar. Talk about water and shit. Some other stuff. I'm like, that's my shit. That ain't neuroscience. That's Dr. Donna shit. But millions and millions of people hearing it thinking that you sound like, I sound like me. He sound like me. He sound like me. I don't sound like him. He sound like me. I actually got some energy to my shit. Yep. Once they find out about you, they go, oh, we got some new ideas. We got some new ideas. Inside, right, Envy, to get back on track. And now you putting in the work. So see, the people from last year, Envy messaged me and now Envy gets to come back. Because be honest is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So stop having somebody else's account in your spouse's account looking, long as I don't say. But see, if you go on YouTube, then she can't see you as long as you don't say shit. You're still not getting the benefit. Anyway, for the people who, the real motherfuckers, the real mofos, the ones that's actually trying to be badass, kudos to you for today. The ones who are literally, look, see, 2 of them dropped. And the other thing that you could do too is watch this. When I start asking y'all the questions, the number drops because they know I'm finished and I'm not about to say anything else. So they drop off at that point too. They think I haven't been paying attention to that as well. So I asked, what did you learn today and all that? The number will drop because they're like, okay, we got enough information. She gives so much. We got a week's worth of content over here that we could use. That's how it happens. Yep. So And don't be afraid to still put your shit out there. Fuck them. I got so much content I create, though. I'm like, you can have that. And I even got a video that said, losers think they slick. They be trying to steal shit that you gave away for free on purpose. We're going to go over there and steal all our stuff for today. And then they scratching their head trying to figure out how the fuck, where is she getting this information from? Like, what does she have a library? Is she filming in front of books? Film in front of books and see what books she's reading. That's the playlist. If y'all really want to steal shit, I got a playlist. It's called Book Review. It's got all my book reviews on it. Just watch the book reviews, and then you'll have some more information. I'm here for you. Listen, help me help you. If you're going to steal my shit, at least let me tell you where it is. Let me tell you where it is so you can go ahead and get it. But ill-gotten gains just leave you ill. That's all it does, is it leaves you ill and sick. And remember, now you're putting this shit out there, so at some point, that person is going to go speaking and people going to ask them about it. So make sure you prep that person to make sure they can speak about it too. Okay, boo-boo? All right. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back tomorrow, God willing, higher power, and the universe. I will be back on TikTok later today. Don't know what time, but I will be back over there asking them what you got going on. You got a lot going on. What is it? What is it? What do you have going on? Please enlighten me. Seek first to understand, then be understood. But I will be back, same place, safe space, different brain t-shirt. You all go off and have my pleasure. And you all go off and have a brain-tastic day. Take care.